Disclaimer. I don't claim to be an expert on cheats. I don't claim to know everything that there is about cheats. I know how Counter-Strike is optimally and properly played. The players featured in the demos are innocent until proven guilty. However, we're here to investigate to find all the anomalous telltale signs of cheating. Enjoy. Alright, here's the first clip of SzN. He's pushing in with his teammates. He gets one quick kill, gets Goosh, gets another quick kill. Boom. Round over for him. So we're going to play that back. We're going to watch this in slow motion. Some things that kind of bothered me a little bit about this round is when he actually goes to peek shore up there on the jump spot or sandbags. His teammate shoots at him through the wall, misses, but then he doesn't really commit to fully peeking it. Like with his crosshair up in sandbags, clearing it out before peeking middle. And then not only that, he was already preemptively backing up for when shore threw the grenade. It could be coincidence that he just started backing up, but I don't know. But if we were to give the benefit of the doubt, you know, innocent until proven guilty, just could have been a coincidence. Now, on the slow shots that he does at mid, one thing that I notice is that his recoil hits, like, crosshair was off the target initially, but the crosshair, or the recoil goes straight for the head, which is indicative of silent aim. Apparently it's still prevalent in CS2. So, and then this next one right here, he goes to shoot, instant gooshes me, crosshair is to the right of my head, but when he shoots, boom. Lines up and everything. I don't think that was a sub-tick issue, but again, who knows. So the next round they end up rushing A, and I'm trying to pay attention how he's clearing it. He ends up shooting his teammate through him. And again, he's trying to clear angles here. Trying to be a good player. Boom, gets a headshot. Now in the replay, I noticed when he killed the guy over here, he turns around. There's no reason for him to turn around completely. He does a wall scan, he gets the information where the three guys are, he turns back around and he continues doing his clearing, as I like to call it. So this is the next round. He ends up going middle with his team. For the first part of this, there's nothing super notable. You know, he tries to clear mid with his team, attempts to nade sandbags, ends up nading his team, holding the angle. They're trying to do a head boost to clear out sandbags for a peek. No one is middle. Was just killed. He fell back. They grab bomb. He's gonna go check ladder room. He knows how to silently drop ladder, which I think is it's a nifty little drop. Shows that he's put in some work to learn these little things. It's 2v3. He hears one of the guys starts falling off of A. Now I want you to note his piss poor crosshair placement. He pulls out his knife, but he doesn't round the corners with his crosshair. It's horrible crosshair discipline. He's just checking the common angles without actually rounding things properly. And then he goes in for the plant. Just holding the smoke angle. Holding this angle, looks away, then looks right back, right in time for shore to peek. That's suspicious. He knows one's over there in A hall coming A main. He's running, can hear him. He's holding a great spot, by the way. So I want to go ahead and explain why this last clip was sure it was more than likely cheats, because post-plant, a good player would actually be watching the angles. He would have his crosshair ready. He would be ready for somebody to pop out. So what SzN does, he's not watching the corners or the angles. He does a wall scan. He's scanning for information. He's not ready. He's not playing disciplined. So, and once he gets that information, he adjusts his character model accordingly to where other people are at that he can't see. So when he sees Shore approaching, he quickly tries to tuck in the corner and he gets ready for it, like in the most pristine, obvious fashion. You know, he attempts to look away, then he looks back right as Shore's coming out and catches him instantly. And again, I've seen it with SzN multiple times throughout this demo where he's wall scanning, and then he uses that information to his advantage. You know, if he wall scans, nobody's approaching, he ignores it. But if he wall scans and sees somebody, he adjusts and reacts to it. And you see this happen a few times in the demo. There's one round where I do come up, I push behind them, coming up mid, and then he sees me coming under at him. So what does he do? Instead of jumping up into the side hallway, he actually goes for me in middle when nobody else knows that I'm actually coming. So take it for you want, but coming from a good player, the way he played this with Shore was terrible. He should have had his crosshair ready for either the jump sniper or the hallway right there. Instead, he's too busy wall scanning to collect information. So in this clip, SzN is pushing a ramp. He ends up getting smoked off, so he decides to hold the smoke. He can hear the CT on the right approach. You know, he's still holding the smoke. He decides to push to the other side of the smoke. He hears the CT jump. He kills them. Again, nothing too suspicious with this. He decides to join his team over at B. You know, I will say he's got decent map knowledge if he's lining up smokes. I think he's smoking off AC unit. Anyway, they take the site over. See, in this part of the clip, I thought it was a little strange, but again, could be normal behavior. They don't know where the last guy's at. Last guy could be saving. He could be hiding somewhere. But instead, if this guy is using ESP, which I think he is, they see him coming CT spawn, so they're like, we're going to flash it before peeking, despite us, you know, two of us, they could just run together and mow the guy down, but they decide to flash him, which I thought was kind of an interesting choice to do. And again, one thing I've noticed about people who are using ESP and everything, they will throw perfect mollies, smokes, flashes, the whole 9 yards. No matter where you're at, they're going to find you, and they're going to abuse it. So this next clip, I lost the full speed version of it, analyzing the round, but one thing that I just wanted to note with this, SzN does a lot of, like, scanning through the smokes and all that, instead of trying to be disciplined. Checking smoke angles and whatnot, but again, you'll see his crosshair fall on people through the wall. Again, could be checking angles, but it's a little suspicious. You know, instead of staring at the smoke, he's hitting all the right angles that are on all the right people, and then he holds corners finally. But other than that, nothing to note. So this round, SzN was AFK for the first 15 seconds of the round. His team is pushing up mid. You know, they're kind of split around between B and mid. He's pushing with his teammate. Gets killed. Nothing to note on this round. So this round, his team ends up rushing a ramp. I'm just going to call out things that he does. So Verdi pushes middle, dies. He's trying to clear angles here. Waiting for a push. He goes to molly the corner from sandbags. Notices the guy. Shoots him. Gets 2 kills, comes up, peeking the angles, and ends up shooting Obama. So now if we slow that down, there's a lot to digest. So I'm going to reference the concepts aimbot anomalies video, and to me this clip right here is a good example. When he goes to shoot at Banana Boat, you see him put his crosshair right on his head, but the moment he goes to fire, you'll see the crosshair do this Bezier curve where it'll go off the head and come back to it, and the second bullet does the headshot. But again, it just looks weird because typically when you start shooting at somebody, you would pull down in a normal fashion. Instead, that's not what his crosshair does. It's really weird. And then for this clip, I want you to know every time he goes to aim at shore and shoot, he shoots first, then his crosshair readjusts. And it does it again right here. You'll see him when he goes to shoot, he'll fire, crosshair, then moves over and starts aiming on him, which again is indicative of aimbot usage. Now right here, it looks like he does an aim key right on me. Perfect snap, holds. And then again, he readjusts, it goes instantly for the head. And again, on my screen, this went so fast, I was like, there's no way he hit that shot. And sure enough, if he's using an aim key, he's going to let the aimbot take over and it'll insta-headshot me, and that's what ended up happening. So as he comes up here, you're going to see that he's going to, again, aim key right on Obama, to the left of plant spot. Aim key, sticks, holds, pulls off. Then he goes to check the window angle, whatnot, and then he snaps right back over to him. And then he starts shooting and gets the kill. Alright, this round his team rushes A. They end up getting a pick on ramp. The guy in side hall ends up falling back to the site. And then again, he ends up killing me in a very swift and fast fashion. To give him the benefit of the doubt, he does initially see my head, but the thing is, his recoil is resetting as he fires a second time, so it shouldn't have been accurate when he went to fire again. But yet, he still manages to get me. So anyway, he pushes up, they know one's jump spot. They know the last two are in sight. Again, normal kill. Teammate ends up getting the round. So now on the slowdown here, and again, I think he's using some sort of aim key or aimbot. He sees my head. He ducks down, snaps to my head perfectly, fires 2 bullets, his recoil's still resetting, and in the midst of it resetting, he still manages to get a headshot on me. And again, this happened so fast, it seemed like it was almost inhuman reactions. Alright, this is the clip that I referenced to earlier of when I pushed behind SzN. And he again adjusts for me and knew that I was coming, so I'll go ahead and just let the round play out and so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But his team decides to rush A, and again they know that the side hall guy pushes frequently. He gets a kill, falls off, has good crosshair placement rounding. He hears Verdi shoot. As he comes up here, he's going to look down at me, he's going to see me coming. He decides to throw, his crosshair spurts out. He gets a kill on me, and then he continues doing what he's doing inside the site. Clearing out corners, angles. And they end up winning the round. So going back to the clip here, like I said, I slow it down. You'll see him look down at me. He sees somebody coming. He's like, oh crap, there's Ducky. Let's go ahead and throw this grenade. We're going to keep staring at the wall here. And then we're going to go ahead and just kill him real quick. It's super weird behavior. So in this round, SzN decides to go A ramp. There's 2 CT players. And the way he plays this, it's, again, if he's using the ESP, it's kind of expected. He's going to be ready for the dude. Just extremely snappy behavior right on people. Not rounding corners properly. Either way, he runs back to B to reconvene with his teammates. Ranges the sight. Plants. Gets the kill. Yeah. Nothing too strange. Alright, so now we're back to the clip with SzN approaching the 2 CTs on ramp. So I'm going to go and explain something about the psychology of people using visual assistance. So when you use visual assistance, you obviously have the information edge over of where people are at. So the moment somebody comes in your line of sight, you're already tensed up, ready to react. So your reaction times are actually reduced because you have that extra information. And now because you have that extra information, your reaction times will be completely unnatural. And that's what I see in this clip. For him to properly clear, his crosshair discipline and placement should be rounding the corners, checking these things, or if he's going to peek a certain angle, he needs to have his crosshair ready and jiggle peek. But in this instance, he's walking up, his crosshair's on sandbags, the CT gets in his line of sight and he instantly reacts. It's so unnaturally fast that, to me, it's indicative of somebody having extra information. It's not natural. It's not a natural flick. And again, I may be biased on it, but given his history and how he approaches things and what he's been doing, I believe he has some sort of visual assistance on his side. So this is the start of another round. He goes a ramp. He's just waiting. He hears a smoke. He's going to go to peek. Approaches it, falls back. He's going to reconvene with his teammates in mid. And I did watch Cronin, or whatever his name is, his perspective in this round was a little sketchy on his behalf, but this is a smart play. They grab the bomb, they go to jump up, they do a boost to peek sandbags, they kill him, and then essentially Cronin finishes out the round. But again, Cronin right here when he peeks Verdi, again, my explanation from before, it looked like he was using visual assistance. The moment he saw a little bit of the CT, he instant reacted and started shooting before aiming. It was stupid. And this round, his team is going mid. You have Shorty and I in mid along with the other teammate. They all come out. Again, they're trying to do another head sack to clear it out. Again, he misses his grenade. Does a perfect spam on me into the smoke. Heard shore off to the left, so he's mauling it. All normal behavior. Short gets killed. Flashes over that to clear B, however there's a CT over there. And again, people with ESP, they're going to find a way to flash you. Just really strange. Okay, rewound back to when I was in middle. I was actually spamming at SzN through the smoke in the corner. I fall back, and then I'm going to come back out. I'm going to spam the same corner. I'm going to hit his teammate, but SzN, the way he reacts on me, I even slow it down. Perfect crosshair snap to me, and then does a spray down straight through the smoke. And again, really strange stuff. If he's got ESP or an aimkey, he's definitely using it. And again, in that same round, I have to include this clip, but Verdi was mainly an A player, and then he's hiding B this round. And again, when they go to take B, SzN, again, has to throw flashes exactly where the player is at. You know, preemptively, when his teammate's not even close to clear that area. So, again, I think he's using visual assistance. He's got to flash the fucking CT and move on. Alright, this round, SzN goes B. He's hiding behind the back pillar, and he's just waiting. So, it looks like our team went A this round. So SzN again, visual. Sees the guy coming up from behind. Gets instant dinked on pistol round. And he dies. That's it for the round. So second CT pistol, they all push mid. They decide to push up behind us. We end up hearing them push behind us. SzN again does a silent drop. He barely hears somebody off to his left and then instantly snaps over to him. I don't know about you guys. I mean, he could have been reacting to sound. Benefit of the doubt on that front. However, again, if he's using ESP, he's going to be all over somebody trying to push from behind. And again, he didn't let them either. Alright, next round. SzN again goes behind the pillar. Some of our teammates are attempting to take B. Verdi just straight up runs. Gets killed. He peeks out, kills the next person. He gets mollied. He pushes. Instantly reacts to the guy on the right. And then, to me, again, I thought this was suspicious. He doesn't even hear me coming. I rotated quick, then walked up the entire way. And again, you could see me. I'm trying to clear angles, try and check things. I was kind of up close. And then that happened. So I've got this clip slowed down to 10% when he does the headshot on me. And one thing that I noticed right away is that when you watch his crosshair, it'll do 2 angles up to my head, which is completely unnatural. In Counter-Strike, the fastest way to a headshot is from point A to point B. There's no reason to add any zigzags or different angles when you go to adjust for a shot. Again, it's completely unnatural and it's completely indicative of somebody using aim assistance. You know, this round they ended up going B. He comes back. They're like, okay, they're leading some A. He falls off of A. He's gonna go assist his teammate in mid. Gets killed by the pusher off to the right. And that's it for that round. So this very last round, he runs B with his teammate. His teammate gets close to the ramp. He could probably hear the guy, the terrorist, coming towards ramp. He horses around for a minute. SzN misses the guy, jumping up, doesn't see his head, mollies it, and then peeks, and then gets the kill. And that's it. So that concludes the demo review. What are my thoughts on it? Well, as somebody who is playing inside the game against these guys and constantly getting bullshitted with insta headshots, the inability to push on these guys and get picks, the inability to push behind on them and catch them off guard, it was non-existent. Even Shore tried doing some stuff and he still was unsuccessful. And going back and seeing from his point of view, his wall scanning that he would do, the information and how he would react to the wall scanning was a telltale sign that he was using visual assistance. In addition to all the times that he had unnatural snaps and reactions to people. Because I, myself as a player, if I had visual assistance, you bet your ass I would have unnatural reaction. You know, I would already be tensed up. I would already have the muscle memory ready to go to be able to react on people that I, quote unquote, wouldn't be able to see. But then also going back, looking at some of his shots slowed down, especially the one that was on the B stairs when he shot me in the head, seeing the 2 angles, adjustments up to the head. Again, really blatant indicator that an aimbot was being used. I have more examples of that in another clip that's on my channel on Overpass from this guy who named Tsunami. He was in a 1v1, he killed 4 of us. And in the 1v1, you see him activate his aim key and all these angle adjustments going up to the head, and it does a right angle above the head, straight down, kills, and once the entity is gone, his aim keeps continuing off to the left. It was one of the most unnatural things that I've seen. But again, people are cheating rampantly in Premiere. Why? To get on a leaderboard. You know, I don't know if it's ego, I don't know if it's insecurity of being bad at the game or whatnot, but as somebody who's played Counter-Strike for over 20 years, I've studied, I've played competitively for a long time, many years, and knowing how to play optimally in this game is the biggest advantage that you can have. You know, whether it's knowing how to peek corners, whether it's how to have proper crosshair placement, knowing when to stop and shoot, when to counter strafe, knowing your angles, knowing your smokes, knowing your map knowledge. A lot of these guys that you watch nowadays are just aim spurgs. They don't know how to take the proper angles. They don't know how to round corners properly. Or if they do, they just ignore it because they have third-party assistance. And again, I saw a lot of that with SzN here. And also SzN, his elo, I believe a couple weeks ago, was like in the 6,000-7,000 range when my friend was playing. But evidently these guys have been grinding so much where they're in the 19,000-20,000 range now. So, but yeah, feel free to go back, check out some of the clips. But again, I'm not perfect, but I know when I see bullshit in a game, there's usually telltale signs from people. So, anyways, thanks for watching, guys.